main source of being able to take these towers,
Happy to sit
their
this one
ability
out.
to is now crippled because they no longer have access to this Ziggs. Potentially could screw their team comp up because so far they've been doing really well about taking these towers. We will see a Teemo locked in. I don't know if that's a legitimate Teemo, but potentially it's a placeholder. I'm unsure. I will have to wait and see whether or not it is. And we see standard bans for the Relegades. They banned out Killer Z's Vladimir, the Blue Girls Alawi, and Ivern, which I'm still unsure about because Baba Ganoush has played Zac every single game thus far, but possibly because of the Ivern ban. So I don't know, but Moira himself, an Ivern, what's the word? Enthusiast, but he's not going to be unable to play that this game. We'll be hovering the Vi. Thus far, he has played only Ivern and Gragas, I believe. So it'd be a significant departure if he picked Vi, but the Relegades really want to change up the comp this much. The Lucian will be locked in for Samano as well as the Maokai. Now, I'm questioning where this Maokai is going because the reason why the Relegades have been doing so well here is that Red Flame has been on these carries, on this Fizz, on this Gangplank, and just doing so much in terms of pressure, in terms of damage. Obviously, the rest of the lanes are doing fantastic as well, but take away Red Flame involved on a carry, and what do you get? So now, I'm wondering whether that's a support Maokai, because I do believe Sandwalker plays it, and it's kind of a fad as of recently to play Maokai support. It's pretty good, and the saplings and brush are frankly kind of disgusting. So we'll have to see whether or not that's the case. Baba Ganoush is going to be hovering that Caitlyn for Mokujin. We'll be locking it in, so Mokujin's going to go back to picking that Caitlyn for himself. And Mr. J-Jax going for that Yasuo. It's won in the past 2 games. See whether or not he can do it again. But the problem here lies in the fact that without that Ziggs, maybe they have a little less surplus of magic damage. They do supplement that slightly with the Maokai, whether or not it's support or top lane. But maybe it's not quite enough because he's only support after all. But I have seen some Maokai supports do a very, very disgusting amount of damage. So we have yet to see. I do fully expect him to take the Yasuo this rotation, however. So we'll have to see whether or not he does that. J-Jax is still thinking about it. Samano's thinking about it. What are they going to pick? And that's an Amumu. Well, if any game was a game to change stuff up, that'd be game 5. All right. So this is going to be the first jungler that's not Ivern and Gragas that White Raw has played all series, I believe. He'll be picking out Amumu, gonna have a little bit more magic damage, have access to that Curse of the Sad Mummy. A lot of AoE damage there. And something to be noted is that the Curse of the Sad Mummy must pair up incredibly well with the new Maokai ultimate, given that being able to keep them in place for what? About 2 seconds is fantastic for the very large lane-wide route that otherwise you would just outrun. So there's a decent amount of comboing there. Speaking of comboing, we do have the Orianna. Killer Z's Orianna, definitely something to be reckoned with. I don't recall in which game he picked it, but he has picked it several times thus far. He's very proficient on that champion. So I have to see how that works out. LeBlue Girl back onto that Kled. I'm certain that team was a placeholder for something. Probably a jungler, I believe. Meanwhile, the last pick will be for top lane. There we go. Okay, so that will be the Maokai support then. And they will be putting Red Flame balls back on the Fizz. Now, the Fizz versus Kled matchup. I'm not sure how that one works out now. Honestly, I think that top lane Fizz is just so good that I see him winning just about all those matchups. Versus Trundle and Kled in particular. I think that Fizz is a very good champion, so I'm very excited to see Red Flame balls back on that champion. Alright, so they will be dodging to try and get these placeholders onto the actual champions. We'll see whether or not they can get through this fast and hopefully get us into game, preferably.
Now I'm angry.
Life is too short for fear.
Hesitation is death.
I'm absolutely livid.
Alright, so we will be getting back into pick some bans. Hopefully this will go by a little faster. See some nonsense bans coming out from the Duckies. Something to remark about though is that Mr. J Jackson is back on that Yasuo, but the major departure with these team comps that we've seen from the Relegades in the past few games is, yeah, as I've said, the lack of that Ziggs. And that's not just a source of magic damage, but also a source of just being able to take these towers so easily. That's just so important with what the Relegades have been doing in the past few games. I'm wondering whether or not that's really detrimental towards their team comp, whether or not they can win this game with a team comp that's not necessarily intended for the purpose that they've been exploiting, honestly, in the past few games. Baba Ganoush, oh well, okay, slightly more important is the fact that Baba Ganoush has picked a jungler that is not Zac. This is the first time in the entire series this man has not played Zac. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, this is certainly an occasion for celebration. 15 seconds on the clock. Both junglers trying out some new stuff. Baba Ganoush on that Gragas and White Rot on the Amumu. We'll have to see how that turns out, but I do quite like the Amumu pick. I think that it's pretty good if he can land those bandage tosses, you know, for going top lane and just camping the crap out of a little blue girl, because that's basically been his strat for the past couple of games. I do think that'll work out quite well. Mr. J. Jax looks like he's actually going to be taking Teleport instead of the Ignite he's usually been taking. Rosie as well looks like he'll be taking Barrier instead of the usual Exhaust or Ignite we've seen him run. Now, game 5, right in the Twitch chat, who do you think is going to win? Because honestly, I don't know. Both teams have looked very good in the games that they have won, but admittedly, Relegades a little bit more so, considering that they have a 20-minute victory. But here we are, the game 5. Again, if you aren't already aware, this is Ascension eSports Elder League. This is our gold-to-plat league. We're currently in the semifinals between fire-breathing rubber duckies and Relegades Incorporated. If you want to take part in these leagues, no fear. Their signups are up in about a week, within the week. We also have leagues for other ELO ranges. We have our Dragon for Bronze and Silver. We also have our Phoenix for Diamond and up. So a little something for everyone. So just come around, see us at our TeamSpeak, our Discord, or our subreddit, and we hope to see you around. Team composition wise, I think that one of the fire-breathing rubber duckies is a little bit more solid in my opinion. You have this Kled, you have this very tanky Gragas, and I'm very sure that Baba Ganoush was going to be going the Cinderhulk Gragas build. So you got this really big tank line for the Mokujin on Caitlyn. Mokujin's proven himself to play fairly well. Killer Z as well. So if Killer Z and Mokujin can just stay in the back, do their damage, it's going to work out great. But on the side of the Relegades, you got a lot more stuff that's kind of an unknown factor. You have this Maokai that's kind of being a bit more of a caster. I believe that you go Leandri as like second item or something, and then not really a tank. And then you have Red from Evolved, who's going to be trying to dive the back line, but is that really going to work out versus the Thresh and Baba Ganoush's Gragas? And White Raw, a lot hinges on his ability to actually be relevant and, you know, get in there, Curse of the Sad Mummy, all these types of things you have to do. So the way I see it, it's a little bit more convoluted for Relegades. Relegades have a typically more like maybe more solo QE team you might see, whereas Firebreathing Rubber Duckies looks very, very traditional. This is a very traditional team comp. They're just going to protect their carries. The Blue Girl is going to split, going to try and do whatever he can, maybe dive the back line, but other than that, it's going to be pretty good. 35 seconds on the clock. We're about to get into this game 5. After 4 games now, you have to wonder what's going through these players' heads. Is it really... Because you have to think, the Relegades are probably having pretty high spirits. They've won the past 2 games. They're poised for the reverse sweep. How must it feel to be the fire-breathing rubber duckies, given that they literally surrendered the last game and that they've lost the past 2? They were so close to getting this victory, and now they've got nothing. Well, I say nothing, but both teams have roughly the same amount of nothing, considering that both of them are equally poised to win this series. Without further ado, we will be getting into this loading screen. Both teams having played for nearly 4 hours now. Wait, 4 hours now, nearly 4 hours. So, what's one final game? May the best team win. So now we see on the fire-breathing rubber duckies, at the top you have the Blue Girl in the top lane, Baba Ganoush in the jungle, Killer Z in mid, and Mokujin and Ainidalish in the bottom lane. And for the Relegades Incorporated, coming in, trying to get this reverse sweep so badly, is Red Flame Evolved in the top lane, White Raw jungle, Mr. J-Jax mid, and Samano and the Sandwalkers in the bottom lane. It's gonna be a good one, I think. Take a little bit, and then we're going to load in. So double teleport on the side of the Relegades is pretty beneficial towards them, I think. I think it was smart of Mr. J-Jax not to take that ignite. Probably going to get bullied really hard out of lane, honestly, because against Orianna, that's just a really, really, really unfortunate matchup for him, I'd imagine. But now, look at this. Side of fire-breathing rubber duckies grouping up. Looks like they want to go for some kind of invade here, while the side of Relegades Incorporated have actually spread out into battle lines. Mono and Sandwalker in the river. Doesn't look like they know, but Sandwalker will get the sapling. Everybody run! No, run for your lives! Oh my goodness. And that will be a total of 16 gold to Sandwalker. Wow. What a bounty. Alright, well, you know, Relegades have already won, so no point watching anymore. Just gonna assume that they won. No. Okay, so anyways, Samano now having a Doran's shield will be trying to sustain in that lane a bit versus the very big, scary Caitlyn. Hopefully he will be able to do so, but now, look at the Blue Girl, unknown completely, and that's 3 members in there. Tantrum is used, Scarl is gone, and he's got to flash out. Not only does he have to flash out, he's going to be very late to lane, which means he may have to pop that teleport. Actually, no, he'll probably be fine, actually. Teleport won't be necessary, but he did have to burn the flash. So now White Raw will be doing a little bit of a different start from other junglers. He will be starting that Raptor camp. No assistance from his mid laner really, but nothing needed. It does have very low cooldown on Tantrum because it decreases every single time you rotate with an auto attack. It should be alright. Gets him evolved. Getting traded a little bit in the top lane, not really going to be taking too much damage. Should be fine. With that Doran's ring and nearly a full wave up on the Blue Girl who had to walk back after getting chunked out, that's pretty good for him. And Samano on his favorite champion, you know, that Lucian. Looks like everybody's on a fairly comfortable champion. Except for maybe White Raw. We don't know about White Raw. I've actually I don't think I've ever seen a Brave Noble. Now, fairly standard clears, except to be noted is that because he started at the Raptors, White Rod's now making his way towards the bot side slowly. So he will not be at the traditional level 3 top lane brawl, if there is one. And Red Flame Evolved is being pushed in. Or is pushing in, rather. So, Baba Ganoush on the top side does make his way over. Red Flame Evolved very low. Does have the flash available, does flash. Troll Pole is used. Doesn't have a flash available to him. Gotta run. Barrel will not kill him, and he will be okay. Just barely living. Now Baba Ganoush is going to try and make it happen again. Does not have the flash available, and Red Flame Evolved going in. Oh, but the Troll Pole dodges the body slam. Very well played by Red Flame Evolved. And now where is he going to go? He's just going to die. It's going to be alright though. Baba Ganoush gets a kill. You can see the purchase there from Evolved very much favoring those early game items. He likes having those early game items. Double Dorans, got the cloth armor. It's going to be alright. But now White Raw having the Raptor taken from him. Wouldn't be too big of a deal though. The 10 CS lead, killed as he is, over Mr. J Jackson. That range to melee matchup, it can be a little bit rough for Mr. J Jackson's Yasuo. Now a lot of sapling damage can be taken by Nidalee, taking nearly half of her health bar. Baba Ganoush is around the boss side, so he will be able to respond to anything that's going on here. So is White Raw, and now so is Red Flame trying to fight. I think he just got pulled out of his troll. I can't tell whether or not the troll pull animation just ended really fast, but oh, Red Flame Evolved, very, very, very bad spot. Gonna try and get out, but nope, he just stabbed in the butt with a stick. Will be taken out by the Blue Girl, solo killed. Now that is very unfortunate now, as Red Flame Evolved is 1 and 2. Does have an advantage in CS, but Blue Girl really he really wanted to be able to abuse the Blue Girl a bit more with that lead of his. It was unfortunate he won't be able to now, or at least he'll have a harder time of it, but still should be alright. Mono will be coming back from base with that Vamp Scepter. Now White Raw in the top side is going to be taking his Krugs, taking it very slowly. I don't think very much the Samumu clear speed. Oh, yeah, he's got it. Alright. Red Flame Evolved, having those items that can let him a little bit more, but so does the Blue Girl, having those double Doran's Blaze. And now Baba Ganoush is in the top side. Troll Pole is used by Red Flame. He's not in a good spot, but look at that gigantic wave. And the teleport comes in now. Going to be taken out is Red Flame Evolved. There's no hope for him. But now Mr. J-Jax is in the top side. Maybe he should have canceled that teleport. Not going to be able to do anything right now. Mr. J-Jax in the jungle of Baba Ganoush, going to be taking that Raptor camp, I believe, actually. White Raw's going to be falling back, though. Now, 1 and 3 is Red Flame Evolved, not having the early game advantage that the Relegades took in earlier games, but now White Raw is going to be taken advantage of here. Ultimate is used, Shockwave lands on the 2, while Blue Girl's coming in with very large courage to it. Be alright are the Relegades. still not really much going to go down though. 7 minutes in, 3-1 with a 1K gold advantage is the fire-breathing or the Duckies. Now, Mr. JJ's trying to pick a brawl. Here's Baba Ganoush. Oh, got a flash away from the ball, but now a little bit of fight going on. Sandrock is very squishy, but so is Mr. J-Jax. J-Jax trying to get out, but he will be taken down. Samano here doesn't quite get the kill there, but oh, Smoke Weaving does. Flashes in, auto attack, flip the... Oh, but he does get the kill with the piercing light. Hits a tower shot. Takes a tower shot, but he will be getting the kill 1 for 1 in total, minus the Mr. J-Jax kill, which was independent. Overall, 2 for 1 for the side of the fire-breathing rubber duckies. Make them 5-2 at this 8-minute and 40-second mark with still about a 1K gold advantage. Now Red Flame Evolved going in, see if he can get a trade off or even the life of the Blue Girl. Using that, oh, he's nearly got it. Oh, he didn't quite get it. Minions killed him, and he did not have the Sea Sunshine enough quite just yet. Quite unfortunate for Red Flame Evolved, trying to do all these things, getting that advantage initially, but then not being able to do anything with it. 1-4 on his Fizz. And now it looks kind of tragic for the Relegades because they had relied on the early lead of Red Flame Evolved to steer much of the later game. Now Sandwalker kind of shows himself here. They do see all of those. Oh, and the Lantern does reveal Sandwalker and all those saplings. Yep, looks like they're not going to be stepping in that bush anytime soon. Now, a very large CS advantage for Killer Z, having 30 CS advantage at 10 minutes in. Absolutely massive. Now, a little bit of damage being taken by Mono, but now Baba Ganoush is now in the middle of 2 members. No, he actually takes the red buff away. Moira's not going to get anything off of that, but no, Samano might get something. He's going in. He's going to be using the culling, absolutely destroying Mokujin 1-on-1. Now, Moira himself may be destroyed, and yes, he is. The Shockwave goes in and absolutely destroyed. 1 for 1 in total. There's an 80 carry for a jungler. Now, with no jungler, Relegades have to try and do something, or to give up the dragon. It looks like they are just going to give up the dragon. The Ocean Drake will be going over to the side of fire-breathing rubber duckies. Now, Teleport will be channeled by the Blue Girl to get back up top lane, stop the split push of Red from Evolved. A little bit of damage going now. Having that Tiamat will help a little bit wave clear, but Red from Evolved still has a lot of raw damage. Did opt for the chain vest, so he's a little bit more tanky as this Fizz this game. Now White Rob making his way towards the middle lane. Gonna see if they can do something here. Flash is used by Killer Z. Very good decision by him. If he had gotten hit by that tornado, he would have surely been dead. Right, Flame Evolved now, CSing the top side. He's actually got a considerable CS advantage for himself as well. Meanwhile, the Blue Girl nearly got Scarl back, so he's going to be able to heal up. He doesn't quite get it on the wave. Misses all the minions, but that's alright. He's got next wave. Going in, try to get that last hit to get Scarl. Oh, but the fish is used. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Scarl does come back, but here's White Rock. Curse of the Sad Mummy is used. What a good Curse of the Sad Mummy. Oh, Red Flame Evolved is so close to dying. Can White Rock do it? And he does get the kill onto the Blue Girl. 1 for 1 in total. Both junglers living, but top laner's dying here. White Rock nearly saving his pal there with the flash into Curse of the Sad Moment to disable them from doing anything. Unfortunately, Red Flame Evolved does go down, however. pings are coming out onto Sandwalker. They want to see if they can get him. Hook does go wide, however, and that's a lot of damage from the one sapling. Mono being up 10 CS. We see 13 minutes in, it's 8-4 with a 1.5k gold advantage for the side of the Rubber Duckies. This is pretty important considering that I'm pretty sure that in the past 2 games that Relegades won, they were not down at this around mid-game. Early mid-game. Just around lane phase. So pretty considerable considering that the Relegades' main win condition was that once they get ahead early, they want to be able to extend that advantage to other lanes and do it with the high speed turret taking of Ziggs, but not really going to be able to do that this game, so they got to find another winning condition. Looks like it's going to be a really not going to be much going on here. Mono nearly has his Bork finished. Okujin has his BF Sword and Berserker's Greaves. It looks like Baba Ganesh is going to be trying to go for a lane gank. Flame Evolved now knows he does have Troll Pull, so he'll be fine. Not really that well executed of a lane gank. So, but now they know where he is, but now Hook lands onto Samano. Middle East decided not to go in there. Now Samano going to be pushed back a little bit. They do know that Baba Ganesh was last seen around the top side though, so I'd like to see them make some kind of play in the bot lane. Make a play, they can try to go for the first turret, but now we see going for the charge is La Blue Girl. Red Flame Evolved does hop away, hop, skip, and a jump, but here goes the actual... Okay, and that's a lot of people. 3 members sent top to kill Red Flame Evolved. He's 1-6, and he's just not having a good game right now. But now, White Raw's in the bot lane. They know that they gotta make something happen, so they sent him bot to get some pressure here, and maybe even die. White Raw is quite tanky on that Amumu, so we'll see whether or not they can. And Mokujin's very squishy, so they may be able to make this guy work if they step up. But there's a lot of minions there. Hook lands onto Samano under tower. Samano's in the middle of it, but the loop is used by... Oh, and Samano nearly dies, uses that heal, and he just barely lives. Nature's Grasp used by Maokai to ward them off, but that's a lot of stuff burned for nothing for the side of the Relegades. Now, 15 minutes of this game, 9-4. Not looking good for them. They're still down only 1.5k, but... Look at that mid lane CS. Killer Z of 40 CS. Goodness. He's going to ward off Mr. J-Jax. Mr. J-Jax is not having a good time versus Oriana. But now there's a fight going on. Last Breath is used onto the Oriana, but the Shockwave hits only White Raw. Now Baba Ganesh wants Mr. J-Jax, but he will not find him. It's another kill for free, 10-4. We'll just try to defend this tower is Sandwalker and Samano. Samano does not quite have his culling up yet. Does have the piercing light, so he's going to be trying his hardest, but that's going to be the tower being taken by the Duckies, and that's the first one. It's a very significant swing towards their favor, and now the Relegades are on the back foot. To try and do something here, get some kind of fight, but Sandwalker being picked for the Maokai support and having lane dominance, they really still didn't accomplish much with that lane dominant bot lane. Even though they had it, it's just they weren't able to produce any kills out of it. And now it looks like the dragon will be taken for free by the Relegades, waiting until the prior losing Rubber Duckies are back before taking it. Now the Relegades look like they're going to be trying to force this tower here. Duckies are responding, but it will be a while until they get there, and that's actually a pretty healthy tower. Charge is used by LeBlue Girl. Baba Ganoush is going to take a lot of damage from Red Flame Evolved. So that tower's really dead. And now Baba Ganoush is now taking a lot of damage as well. Samano dashes in, but LeBlue Girl's in a little bit of a bad spot. Fish lands, Fish goes off, but does not quite take him out. Tower's going down, and now Samano's in the middle of it. Hook is not quite available yet. Flame Flash, but it does not do anything. And nobody dies here. Lots of blinking health bars though. But that is overall a fair trade to the Relegades who do make it out with the tower. Work being finished by Samano. Mokujin actually opting for the Infinity Edge first rather than getting the Runon's Hurricane. Now, Red Flame Evolved, there are a lot of components in there. He's got that shield, he's got Army Cinder, he's also got components from, I think he's going to build an Iceborne Goblin with that actually. Yeah, so he's got the components to Iceborne Goblin and Sunfire Cape, but he hasn't combined them yet. Hasn't quite been able to, but... Now Mr. J-Jax, being in the bot lane, 1v2, going to be able to clear these some waves, but now, if you look there, Z on the top side of the map. Red Flame Evolved is going to see him. Does have the triple. But we'll be fine. Went a little early. Didn't go early enough, rather. Now Red Flame Evolved has to protect this tower. He will be able to with Sandwalker, but they're trying to make something happen here. The Blue Girl is tagged up. Staffing is into the brush, but Sandwalker is a very squishy tree. Oh, and he's taking so much. He just gets destroyed by the Blue Girl, but Samano here on the back end trying to kite out Valkyrie on the Baba Ganoush, but that is a 2 for 0 for the side of the Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies. White Rouse here, culling is used to protect the tower, but that tower is not long for the world, and it will be going down. Meanwhile, Mr. J Jackson splitting in the bot side did get that bot lane tower. But that, oh, they did get the bot lane tower earlier, rather. We will be trying to get it. Only 9 Middle there at the moment. There is Mokujin. They will be trying to get him. Looks like he'll be fine though. He does have access to the wind wall if anything happens. Oh, but now the Bandage Toss lands on the Killer Z. White Rod wants him. Samana is a little bit wary, but they will let her go. She does burn the flash. Mr. J Jackson now finding himself on the wrong end of this fight, but he will be fine actually. Baba Ganoush, oh, and the Owl with clear detonation, but Baba Ganoush is being taken very well. Oh, completely out of the fight, but now so is Mr. J Jack. The Blue Girl's now onto Samano. Samano's got no hope in the world. Neither does Sandwalker. He's hooked in, hooked up, and he's dead. Double kill for Iron Italy somehow. Now 20 minutes in this game, 14 to 5. That is a 4K gold advantage for the Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies. 1 in 7 is Red Flame Evolved, really not having a good time at all, and trying their hardest, but just not able to make anything happen here. Playing on the back foot, being the reactive ones rather than the proactive ones, because they're so behind they can't make any proactive plays. Two items finished for Killer Z, having the Leandry's Torment and the Merla Nomicon. The only way that I see this working out for the Relegades is if they get some kind of big team play, some big White Raw, Crystal Sand Mummy, and Chum the Waters from Red Flame Evolved. If they don't get that, they're just grasping at straws here and just picking fights that they're just losing because they can't get the correct team fight set up. Goes wide behind the leash. Samano will be alright. He will get rooted up, however, taking a lot of damage to him. Z and Mr. J-Jax duking it out on the bot side, though. Red Flame Evolved threatening a little bit, but he's 1 in 7, so not really going to mean much. And Mr. J-Jax wanting to go on to kill Z, but not really having that much damage. White Rod's here now, doing a lot of damage to the Blue Girl, actually. So now here's Baba Ganoush. Mr. J-Jax finding himself in his own territory, surrounded by enemies. Hook does go wide, however, but they know that there are 3 down there. Bandage Toss lands onto the Blue Girl. Oh, and the Crystal of Sad Mummy whiffs. He should have used that much faster than he did. Now the Firebreathing Rubber Duckies are looking to go in, but here goes Whiterod going in as well with that banish toss onto Milkington. Just critting him up though, and the Blue Girl's taking a lot of damage. Can't outrun that Blue, and he's going to be going down. Now Referendum taking what's his, taking down Milkington. Now Baba Ganoush trying to get onto Samano, and Samano will go down. The rest of the Firebreathing Rubber Duckies are here. What can the Rubber do? Mr. J-Jax is there, but Killazine is taking down everybody. 7-0 on that Orianna. Oh, little bit of a misclick. He wanted to get that blasting going and go over the wall, but he misclicked and went back. So unfortunate there, and that's going to be a 3 for 2 in favor of the Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies. Off what seemed like a good play, and then not so good of a play. Now it looks like Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies are going to be going for this Infernal Dragon. Should be an easy take. There will be 23 minutes in the game, 70-7, and a 6k gold lead for the side of the Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies. It looks like it's going to take a miracle to get the Relegades into this one. The reverse sweep does not seem very likely in this game at the moment. Now the Relegades scattered around the map, but the Baron's been started by the Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies. Will they respond? Pings are coming out. It looks like they're aware, but are they aware fast enough? That's a 4k, 3k, 2k, and it's gone. Very well called by the Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies. Just take that super fast. And now, trying to see if they can get something, Mr. J-Jax actually forces the Blue Girl to flash. Was afraid of getting caught there, but nobody will get caught. I'm trying to go for this mid lane tower, maybe, but the rest of the Duckies are coming really fast. Coming over there. Mokujin is going to get hit up by the thing, but oh, so is Flame! Very hit by the Flame. Mr. J-Jax is going very, very low. But here's the combo. Are they going to be able to do anything, though? Samano's just got on him. Whiteout's going to be taken out. And now the Fire-Breathing Rubber Ducky is going to be taking this tower for free. He'll be trying to take the next one as well. Red Flame evolves in the top lane, getting that top lane tower, but is it worth it? They're going to be losing an inhibitor if he doesn't get over there fast. He does teleport, but what can he do at this point now? Even if he teleports, it's too late. Inhibitor will be going down. Maybe, I mean, they probably couldn't have defended that anyways, even if he had saved. Now, they're trying to get whatever they can, salvage something, but they have no damage. Warmog's second item by Whiterod, which I'm not exactly sure about, man. Huh. Now, Fire-Breathing Rubber Ducky is going to be threatening towards this bottom lane. Mr. J-Jax kind of far up. He does have a Guardian Angel though. Tower has not been taken yet, but we do have the flank coming in. Whiterod's getting in there. Whiterod does not have the curse of the sad moment. What's he doing in the middle? He will be okay. Oh, but Mokujin should have been ulted. But Mr. J-Jax didn't have it at the time, I didn't see, or just didn't use it, but Mokujin got knocked up, and I think that would have been a premier opportunity to go in. But now the Blue Girl teleporting in. Gonna be trying to take them out here. Get this tower, hopefully. And now Idle's walking up. Doesn't really mind the tower, just a little tickle at this point. And now the culling is used, not gonna do much though. Those melee minions are so tanky. And Sandwalker on the side, what's he supposed to do? Just such a squishy Maokai. If you don't get the poke damage of the Maokai in, then what are you doing? And now, Whiteout, what are you doing? Going in and dying completely alone. Nobody else on the team to save him. And now Whiterod, 35 seconds on him, and now there's Super Mania streaming in the base. And the Relegades hold this out any longer. 27 minutes in 19-7, 10k gold lead for Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies, and it doesn't look like the Relegades are long for this world. Working as a team, Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies playing very well in this game. capitalizing off the mistakes of others, and it looks like they'll be backing here, taking the safe route instead of going too ham for the win and potentially throwing it. So they'll be able to go back, buy some items, spend their gold. Both teams will, but Relegades 2 inhibs down. They'll be able to do whatever they can here, but doesn't look very promising for them. There's no major objective up at the moment to take. The Baron being taken very recently, so it's not going to be up. Dragon, however, is up fairly soon, so potentially Fire Breathing will definitely go for that, but looks like they're going to be making a push for the last towers that the Relegades have. Now the Relegades begin the test of attrition. Whether or not they can hold out against the assault of the fire-breathing rubber duckies doesn't look promising at all, but maybe they can get something here. Maybe they can extend the game a little bit. There's always that hope. What hope does this team have at this point? Aerod goes in, doesn't quite land the bandage toss on anybody. Whirlpool is used, and now a massive shockwave onto Samano, taking a bunch of damage with him, but the root is here. The Blue Girl goes in onto Samano, just can't melt him fast enough, and now the Blue Girl is kind of in enemy territory. He's in no man's land, and now he's taking a lot of damage. It may be a lost fight for him, but so is a lost fight for Red Flame of Vault. He doesn't quite get Mr. J Jackson. Now, Killer Z is wanting to get Mr. J Jackson. He does have the GA though. Mofujin finds himself on the back end of 3 members of the Relegades. Gonna be taken out, but not before taking out Sandwalker as well. But in all, that will be a 4 for 2 for the Relegades, and that's something. Game's not quite over yet. Able to win 1 team fight, but the Firebreathing Rubber Duckies were a little bit overzealous. Just completely split up there. Mofujin was completely separated from his team, and the culling is actually used by Samano to Fearless Wave. Not sure how I feel about that, but I guess it's a fairly low cooldown. 80 seconds. Now the Mountain Dragon is alive. Baron will be up in 1 minute and 20 seconds. Can the Relegades take anything of these for themselves? Can they contest? Because it's one thing to be able to win a fight when you're around your own tower and damage and split and you're just diving it for no reason. It's another to win when you're in anybody's land around a major objective. Sandwalker going to be taking a lot of damage from Killer Z. Actually, if he has a shockwave, oh, and that's so close to him dying, but he does live. I'm really not sure how I feel about this Maokai support, really. Picked for the laning presence and the ability to just do so much damage, but what's he doing now? Not really much. Now, we'll be seeing an identical fight here, it looks like. We'll see whether or not the side of Firebreathing Rubber Duckies stupidly dies again, but it doesn't look like they will. They'll be gaining the tower. It doesn't look like they've realized what they can and can't do. So, they will be going on to this Inhib tower, which is their next target. What can the Relegades do? Red Flame involved in the front. White Raw looking to try and get onto it. Oh, but they got onto Samano. Goodbye, Samano. Goodbye, Relegades. And White Raw's in the middle. Red Flame involved is dead. There goes the Roots. What's it going to do? It's going to room for a little bit. Going to try and protect them for a little bit, but the Blue Girl goes in, and J-Rob gets stunned. Now, Mr. J Jackson, White Raw running for the life. White Raw takes the ball and says, "Come on, my friend, you gotta live," but it's not going to make a single difference. 31 minutes in this game, 25 to 11, and a 10k gold lead for the side of the Firebreathing Rubber Duckies, and they say no to the reverse sweep. They take this convincing victory over the Relegades after nearly having been reverse sweep and looking pretty good along the way. Very well played by the Firebreathing Rubber Duckies, sweating through this, having those 2 extra wins at the very beginning, and finally taking what's theirs. But they will go on to face the winner of Interns United versus Goon Brigade. But the real question is, if they nearly got reverse swept by the 6th seed coming to playoffs, how are they going to fare coming into the finals? Especially considering they haven't dropped a single game since week 1. So is this, but still, either way, very well played by the side of the Firebreathing Rubber Duckies. I have no complaints here, and I wish them luck in the finals, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this team against whoever else is going to be there. All right, so this has been the Ascension eSports semifinal match between Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies and the Relegades Incorporated. Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies taking it 3-2, showing us what they're capable of. And before we sign off here, we have to take a look at the damage graphs per usual. Be loading up a little bit slowly for me, but all right, we're almost there. All right, so we got a lot of damage from Killer Z naturally, but Mokuchin actually taking the most damage out of the game. Killer Z 8-0, Mokuchin 8-4. Everybody on the Fire-Breathing Rubber Ducky is just playing so well in that game. And yep, just gonna be looking forward to seeing them in the finals. And I hope you guys are too. Once again, this has been the Ascension eSports semifinals match, and I've had a lot of fun casting this, but I'm exhausted now, and I hope you guys have had fun watching this, and we'll see you next week at the finals. I won't be there, but I hope you guys will tune in. So this is Spark signing off, and I hope you guys had a good time.